Well, it's the 4th of July, people. And if you're in the mood for some fireworks, and if you're some fireworks people, well, the Pens have made some fireworks in free agency in this offseason so far. Been a month since I made a Pens video. And I think now would be a good time to come on here and talk about them a little bit. What's going on, everybody? I am Mac. Back with another video. As always, do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe, follow on Instagram. Link is down in the box below. So happy 4th of July, everybody. And let's talk about what the Pens have been doing in the offseason so far. So, I can sit down here and talk, beat the dead horse about, oh, the Pens have the oldest roster in the league. Oh, Mike Sullivan this, Kyle Dubas that. But you know what? Maybe the fan base, myself included, underestimated Kyle Dubas all this time. Because while everybody was just sitting back saying that Kyle Dubas has given us no depth and Kyle Dubas is only making this team older, you got to know one thing, okay? Last year was his first full season as GM for the Pens. And I think what he was just trying to do was just see how competitive this team can truly be with an aging core, and you add in some veterans in the mix as well. And to his credit, not that I would call it successful, not that I would say that, it was a good ride, but at the end of the season, the Pens went on a surge and they barely missed out on the playoffs. Now, of course, I'm not one to sit down here and say, well, we almost made the playoffs, so it was a good season. Oh, the Pens would have done that in the playoffs. It was a fun ride. No, I don't do that. Instead, what I am going to do is this. Kyle Dubas is shaking up the depth quite a bit for the Pens. And while normally you go for quality over quantity, it seems like Dubas is going for quantity over quality. What I mean by that is Matt Grzelcyk is here now, and Sebastian Aho is here now. You can complement that with Erik Karlsson and Chris Letang. You can finally get a guy like Ryan Graves right if you can get him on one of the three pairings, most likely going to be the second pairing, in my opinion. And then everyone else, not that they're not worth mentioning, but they are just depth guys at most. And now you're looking at a Pens team that potentially does have that young and better supporting cast over the past couple of seasons, despite not contending. Isn't that the whole point of making your franchise better and making a run for the playoffs, is that you have to have a young supporting cast around your veterans like Sidney Crosby, like Evgeny Malkin, and now like Chris Letang? That's what Kyle Dubas has been doing. He's been loading up the bottom six, and he's been fixing up the defense. Now, I know that Riley Smith is gone, but I think that's more of an advantage for both franchises right there, because while Riley Smith does stay in the Metropolitan Division, it does, add some more free space for the Pens in that department right there. So, really, is it exciting that the moves the Pens have been making are a bunch of 5'10" guys that aren't really physical, and they could probably get skated around them in their sleep? Probably not, but it is necessary for succeeding, and it is necessary for getting your franchise younger and putting them back on the position for contention. And I think Kyle Dubas needs to be given a little bit more credit than what the majority of this fan base has been getting him. And I think he really is starting to turn this franchise around. So I'm excited to see more what the Pens are going to do in free agency. I know I couldn't really go full in the depth about it, but these are just general observations of mine. Anyway, let me know what you think down in the comments below. I'm Mac, checking on out for the day. Have a good one, everybody.